Today we have Glenda Woolfolk, and she's going to tell us about an upcoming event that she has here in Bakersfield on October 9th called Black Women Meet. And the topic will be Let's Talk About Us. So what's that about?
Well, the No Sister Left Behind organization was founded last year, and I incorporated it in October of 2019. And what I wanted to do, I brought several women from the community just to kind of get some feedback on what I was trying to do. And so we got together and we talked about things about Black women, some of the issues that we face and that's in our history, and things that, of course, that we neglect, which is ourselves. We kind of think about everybody else. And so that's when I founded the organization. And as we moved on and we did the bylaws and other things, we came up with doing something for well-being for Black women. In the areas, in 7 different aspects, and that's social, mental, emotional, physical, financial, career, and community well-being. And all those things, I think, in all those areas, any Black woman can say they've had some type of issue, and that whether it was a mild issue, or a deep issue, or whatever it is, but we all dealt with something as in our history, in our past, that's been passed down from generation to generation. Not dealing with issues in our lives because, the saying used to be, what goes on in this house stays in this house. So a lot of times we've just pressed our way, not ever stopping to make sure we are okay, or making sure our sister is okay, our friends are okay, our families are okay. So that's why I started the organization to empower women and give them the things that they need to thrive in their own lives in those areas. What you want to achieve in life might not be what I want to achieve, but it's no reason why I can't help you get there if any of those aspects are trying to hold you back. So yes, that's why we founded No Sister Left Behind.
All I can say is wow. I've been looking for something like this, for women to come together and support one another in any type of way, and I'm starting to see it more and more. So I like what you're doing with your organization. I like the start of it and the upcoming event, Let's Talk About Us, because that is something we need to talk about, and a lot of times, like you said, it can't be talked about. And so thank you for making an open forum for women to come together and talk about these issues, and it's very important.
I want to say something because you have been open in what has happened to you in the past. You moved from Los Angeles to Bakersfield and actually opened us up to learn how to speak about it, because you've done it on violence, on domestic violence, as far as in the home and things like that. So I want to bravo you, while you pat me on the back, I'm going to pat you on the back, because you brought that to Bakersfield. Nobody really opened up about that. And so I just think that's great. So I want to bravo you and everything that you've achieved as you've come to Bakersfield and done that for us too. So yeah, you good too.
Thank you. I appreciate you. You're just beautiful, period, inside out. Thank you for supporting my event at a time where, one of my domestic violence events at a time where women were afraid to support each other because they were in the same field. I never forgot that. That did something for me. It did something for me, and I appreciate that so much, because there's enough, and that's another thing that we can talk about. There's enough room for both of us. You make beautiful wigs. I make wigs. We came together and helped be a blessing to other children. We have a purpose, an intentional purpose here that God put us here for. He didn't just create us. It's intentional, and we are His masterpiece for His glory. And so we have to remember that we're not here just to be here. We are here for a purpose. And so thank you for operating in your purpose, because that's needed. You touched on financial, mental, emotional, physical, and those things are the top topics with those that go through domestic violence as well. And so it's good to know that is being addressed in a whole nother area, and bringing them together is definitely needed. I'm excited about that. I wanted to I wanted to also ask you, what would you like to accomplish or see done like within the next 6 months with your organization?
I'd like to see done at the ground floor. What we're trying to do is make sure that we are able to get out to every black woman in the community, reach every black woman, because our DNA of the organization is that the board agrees with, is that we reach every woman no matter what her socioeconomic status is. We don't want anybody left out. That's why the title is No Sister Left Behind, because we don't want to leave anybody out. We don't want no big eyes, no little U's. We want everybody to feel like, hey, you might not need us right now, but we're going to have the programs available that you can come and take part in the programs if you need it in any of those areas. And we're not only just a standalone organization, we want to be a collaborative organization where we work with other black organizations that are in hand to make sure we get out to the community whatever they need, whatever you might be doing, I might not be doing, so we don't have any reason for competition. We're just in our own lane doing what we do. So that is the goal of No Sister Left Behind, to make sure no sisters left behind. If you need this and we have to find you under a rock, we come to get you. We're going to dust off the rock, come get you. But we want to make sure that those things are available. One of the things that we want to try to do is like, we have quite a bit of gang violence going on in Bakersfield. But we always often wonder, on that end, does anybody go to the mother and say, hey, are you okay? Right. For whatever reason, we've been taught that black women are strong and they, but we do hurt, and that mother is hurting that she lost a child. Or has anybody said, well, wait, maybe has anybody checked on the children to see if they're okay, that their brother was killed or their sister was killed? We have to make sure that those children are okay. When those happen in other areas, psychologists are sent out, the whole 9 yards. Well, you got the black mother here that has just lost a son, and I don't care what he did. I mean, so you can raise a child till they're a certain age. They're going to do what they want to do. There's nothing you can too much do about that but pray about it. So we want to make sure that we capture that if that mother has had a child that has been murdered or whatever the case may be, that we go out and we're able to talk to them and make sure they're okay. Just make a kind of a wellness call, wellness check to make sure they're okay. And if there's any siblings in the home, do they need any help? Because our right, that they go through, that we're not just there, but that we have professionals as resources that will partner with us in the community to make sure that those things get done.
Now that's powerful. We oftentimes do forget, and as black women, we are deemed strong to make it through it all. Right. But behind closed doors, I'm sure that mother is crying and would like to know that somebody does care about her, because you carry a child for 9 months and you raise them in the way that they should go, and then to lose your child, I don't imagine. I know based on, I don't want to talk about me, but miscarriage, and still a child, but based on, you seeing your child, seeing your pouring into your child, and that happening. That's good. We do need that resource. Yes. Let me see. So we have this next 6 months, and the group. How would somebody that wants to sign up for your group? No Sisters Left Behind, is that correct?
No Sister.
No Sisters Left Behind. Okay, how would they get in contact with you, and how can they sign up if they wanted to be a part of?
Well, we do have an email address. It's No Sister Left Behind, the number 2 @gmail.com, and you can also call me at 661-378-7783. We are going to be a membership organization. Not that you have to be a member to be in the programs, but we are going to have people that we hope that will come alongside of us and become volunteers and help us with the programs. So we will have that launching in January. That's going to launch in January, and then the programs will launch in April. So for right now, we're just kind of making sure we get what we need, and we're going to build up. But we want to make sure, that's why this Let's Talk About Us is coming up on October the 9th, is because we want to get feedback from the community, of what are they expecting out of No Sister Left Behind to help them in those 7 different areas. So that's, we want to get feedback. There's nothing like trying to work for a community to do something for better for them and then not know what they want.
Right.
So that's what let us talk about us. Right, and get their perspective on what do they think is more important out of those 7 aspects. What do you think will work better for you? So that'll give us a tally and some data. Because all 7 of those aspects, I looked up all the data, and so what we're trying to do is close the disparities between Black women and women of other races in all 7 of those areas. We lag in all 7 of those areas. We're behind, and the statistics are just astounding. It's just time. When you have Black babies dying at almost double the rate of white babies, or babies being born, the chance of a Black baby dying before they're 1 year old. What's going on that we're losing more babies on the birthing table than anybody else? So something is wrong, and we've contacted, we're in connection with the Black Infant Health Program with Crystal Shepherd, and so she's on board with us for that, to bring more of that awareness to the community. So we're trying to do some things, Angel, we're just trying.
Again, I appreciate you. So what's your Facebook, and what's your Facebook, and how for your event that's coming up October the 9th,
Mm-hmm.
how does one get on for that as well?
You can go to our Facebook page, which is No Sister Left Behind. It's here in Bakersfield, California. There was one in Texas, but I don't think they're even up again. Up anymore. But there's No Sister Left Behind here in Bakersfield, California. And on the Facebook page, there's a link. It's actually on the Facebook cover. So there's a link there, and if they hit that link, they just register. There's no fee or anything, and we're expecting a good little crowd, and it'll just give us the opportunity to get feedback from the community about those 7 aspects and what do they think it's going to do for them, and what it's going to do for the community of Black women, and then what is it going to do for the community of Bakersfield.
Wow. Okay, so October 9th, go on Facebook and sign up with
No Sister Left Behind.
And click on the link.
And be registered.
Okay. And support Ms. Glenda. She left all her details. If you want to be a part of helping her with the organization that she has put together, reach out to her and provide anything that you feel may assist her in what she is doing. It's so important that we all come together for one. Okay, and so thank you, Ms. Glenda.
Thank you, Angel. It's been a pleasure being here. I love you.
I love you too. And anytime you want to come back with some new information, you're welcome to come back. I'd love to have you.
Thank you so much.